Cities Safe and Sound, 102.7 Kiss FM. It's on air. Ryan Seacrest, Lady Gaga, DJ White Shadow is with us, who did the record with Gaga, and we were just getting to the portion of our little chat here about the record, which is called Art Pop. So tell me about the name Art Pop, Gaga.
Well, you remember you told everybody that I told you the name of the album the day after Born This Way came out.
It literally was like 3 days afterwards. I was laying on my couch just trying to recover from the first
So how long ago
hit.
was that?
3 days after the last record got put out. Like, it was like
So,
May
like,
of
this was how long ago, though?
2 years.
2 years? Couple years?
I'm
yeah.
not good with years.
Okay, but it was more than a year. It was definitely more than a year ago.
It was 5 days after the last record came out.
What's
for
city
sure.
in my hand? So she said that, and why? Why'd you say that?
I start with just visually and word vibrations. I kind of begin there. And actually, when I met Marina,
Yeah.
I felt so comforted by our conversations because she does a lot of things that way too. So we would sort of hang out and talk, and I'd say, "What do you think of art pop?" And she'd say, "Oh, this good vibration, Gaga, good vibration." And so I sort of began there, and then as we started writing the music, I learned about what art pop meant through the music, and I learned about what art pop meant through the lyrics and through the fashion in the art and the styling that we became really interested in. And we hang out all day. Paul traveled with me all around the world while I was on tour, and we worked every night after the show because I'm always so inspired after the applause.
Right, hence the single. And,
Hence the
and so,
single.
Paul, how would you describe then this album? Because Gaga was telling us that you worked on it with her. How would you? We don't know anything yet, right? We only know that one single. So,
Yeah.
so
No, I
tee
mean,
it up a little bit.
It's a result of like her dedication. We wrote 70 to 100 songs like over the course of like 2.5 years, and like this time we just tried to write as much as we possibly could and have as much fun as we possibly could, and then we brought it to our friends and said, "What do you think?" And then they picked out some songs, and we picked out some songs.
It's an incredible process choosing a first single. You just play the music and see who gets drunk and takes their shirt off first.
That's the single.
And during what song. It's actually a funny story. We were all hanging out and playing the music, and Jimmy Iovine was there, and I just remember we had played like, I think we played them 40 songs. He wouldn't let me take my computer with me. He was
Right.
trying to listen to more music. We were like, "No, please. We just want to play you the record. These are just B-sides. We don't even know yet." And then at the end, I think we just had all had a couple glasses of wine, and a funny story is Applause almost didn't even make this album
At all.
We had a lot of songs, and we brought in a bunch of records, and they're all really great and all really pop, and I love all of them. So you never know what people are going to love the most. And we played Applause last, and Jimmy looked at me and he said, "Well, every record that you've played me is better than the one that you played before it. So the last one should be the first single."
You just have to stop playing at some point, otherwise it'd keep progressing, right?
Gotta let it loose, man.
I thought you were going to say Jimmy dropped trow and got on the table. Like,
He dropped
did
trow.
his Jimmy thing.
Dropped his pants? Uh-huh. Dropped trow. Where have you been hanging out? Paige, you're on in Seal Beach. Go ahead.
Hi, Gaga.
Hi.
What's going on?
It's a very busy day. Everything's great. How
It's
are you?
hectic. The word is hectic.
Hectic. How are you?
Sure. I have a question. So, is there a costume an artist has worn in the past that you wish you could wear?
Every costume that every artist
How
has
does she
worn in the
choose?
past. How could I choose? It's funny because as a story way of answering your question, I recently bought a bunch of Michael Jackson's clothes,
His actual stuff.
his actual clothes from his tours, and
Which tours?
a whole bunch of them. I mean, like, I bought a lot of
Okay.
clothes.
Okay.
So the idea was to keep them for him, and I actually don't really want to wear them.
You wouldn't wear them.
Yeah, because they're Michael's clothes, and there's a couple pieces that I have to the side, and I have one of his sweaters that I put on, and I wear that when we're mixing and finishing up the record, and
Like actual stuff that he wore in his real life and or on tour?
yeah, his real clothing, and but actually wearing it and having it be mine, no, I no, but I don't know. I
But there's
tried to answer your
inspiration.
question.
There's inspiration you draw from it.
Yeah, I feel something from the clothing, and I gave one of the sweaters to his godson Evan Ross, and he really loved that, and I just feel like through clothes you can feel things, but it wouldn't be something I would choose based on how it looks. Let me put it that way. I wouldn't choose an outfit based on how it looks. I would choose it based on how it felt.
So you say, let's make 2013 a year where music, talent, artistry is all more important than gossip, fan wars. I respect all fan bases for their passion. Tell me why you wrote that.
I was really bothered by the media pitting me and Katy Perry against each other because, look, we just both happen to want to put our singles out within a week of each other, and it's not necessarily convenient for everyone and maybe a little bit awkward, but we don't need to force feed this negativity into it until everybody explodes. I mean, it just turns it into a competition, and it's not what I'm about at all. And I really like Katy Perry, and I really like her fans, and I really respect everyone in this industry because it was really hard for me to get here, and I'm sure it wasn't easy for her to get where she is. So I just wanted to kind of put an end to it before it started.
So, and I think she responded agreeing with you. I think I saw that she agrees with you totally. When you talk about how hard it was for you to make it, because I've heard you say that a couple of times, and you think about the way that you work now, and you say it's easier to be where you are now than it is to make it?
I wouldn't say that it's easier,
It's
but
different?
I would just say that a lot of times I think people wonder how challenging it is for me now, and they focus on what the artist is going through, in the public eye. I don't really know what people think about my past or what people know about me, and I've heard lots of rumors that I grew up rich, and that is so untrue. And I grew up with an incredible family that was immigrant Italians. My parents were the first to go to college in the lineage of our entire family. Everything that my sister and I had, my parents gave to us, and we lived in this very modest apartment. And I'm so grateful for everything that my father gave to me. And for that reason, I just want people to know that now that I'm here, it was not easy to get here. I worked hard, and I try hard every day to make sure that I've earned my spot.
Which is interesting because I think some people, they get there, maybe they slow down a little bit, right? Because they've been working so hard to get there, and sometimes it's easy to go, okay, well, I can take a breath. I don't feel like you breathe much.
No, but in a way, I feel like applause is making a distinction between doing it for the fame or doing it for the applause. They're actually
It's
two different things. Because doing it for fame is doing it for adoration.
Right.
Right? But applause is an experience with your fans. It is a age-old tale of the performer and the audience. It's something that's visceral, that's meaningful beyond the tabloids and the gossip and beyond the I hate to say it, but I like you, TMZ, but it's beyond all of that.
Right.
It's where music can exist outside of that. I want music again to exist in a space where it doesn't have to survive based on what tabloids write about it. That's not fair to us as artists. Stop harassing us. We just want you to enjoy our music. If you don't like it, you can change the channel.
Right, or don't clap.
Right, or don't cheer, but you will be.
We'll come back with Gaga. 102.7 Kiss FM. DJ White Shadow, Paul, thank you very much on completing an album. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing it. We'll be right back. So it is on air, Ryan Seacrest with you. Gaga here with her brand new song, Applause. And Ellen K, Gaga, and I try to describe, and I know that this is part of the styling of the artwork of the new single. But I'm trying to figure out how I describe your look for those who are listening. There's a different color. It's clown makeup, but smeared.
I would say that I look like a pissed off teenager that made out with a clown.
Yes, you do. That's a good way to
Good
say it.
description. That's a really good
If
description.
way to
I
say
could
it. Yes.
give them a
Yeah,
description.
absolutely.
And what about your hair color? Is black?
Yeah, it's black now. It's not a wig either.
This is real. There's no track?
Well, just relax, Ryan. Just don't talk too much about my weave. Let's move on.
All right. Questions for you that we were looking at online. Well, here's one that came in from Corey Both, at Corey Both, who says, can you give us any details about your VMA performance, which is coming up on the 25th?
Oh, yes. Let me just get my computer.
What you'll wear? You obviously do that song.
Would you like to see some diagrams?
You have a new stylist, right?
No, I don't. Actually, Brandon's been with me for years. Brandon was worked with Nicola.
You worked with for a long time.
Yes.
Right.
And it's actually not
But
true
this
what
is-
Nicola said.
Which is what?
He didn't quit last week or something.
Okay.
That's not true.
Yeah, I think he said that he was busy or something like
and
that.
he's my dear friend, so and I haven't been able, to reach him, so I don't know. I don't
he
know
live
why
here?
he
well,
said
he
it,
also
but-
said he lives in America and Asia and somewhere else, like all these different homes.
Well, look, he's was a dear friend of mine and still is, and he's incredibly talented. But Brandon's been dressing me for a very long time.
The reason we bring it up is because you've been known for what you wear at this show before. Have you decided on the top 5 options?
I'm in the top 50 right now. We're
Which is good
narrowing
for you.
it down.
Which is actually
We're
a small
narrowing
number
it
for
down.
Gaga.
I've cut out the poultry,
Yes.
and I've cut out the vegetables.
All that's gone.
All that's gone. We're going more with textiles.
Textiles it is this year. There you go. Well, I think that's breaking news. Let's play applause one more time. Gaga, 102.7.